my way, I was told I was reading. So this is a poem. It's called Sam's Christmas Pudding by Marriott Edgar. It was Christmas Day in the trenches, in Spain, in Peninsular War, and Sam Small were cleaning his musket, a thing he'd never done before. They'd had him inspected that morning, and Sam had got into disgrace. For when Sergeant had looked down his barrel, a sparrow flew out in his face. The sergeant reported the matter to Lieutenant Bird then and there. Said, "Lieutenant, how very disgusting. The Duke must be told of this here." The Duke were upset when he heard. He said, "I'm astonished, I am. I must make a most drastic example. There'll be no Christmas pudding for Sam." When Sam were informed of his sentence, surprise rooted him to the spot. 'Twas much worse than he had expected, because of course he just thought he'd be shot. And so he sat cleaning his musket and polishing barrel and butt, while the pudding his mother had sent him lay there in the mud at his full. Now the centre that Sam's lot were holding ran around a place called Bajos, where the Spaniards had put up a bastion. Oh, what a bastion it was. They pounded away all the morning with canister, grape shot and ball, but the face of the bastion defied them. They made no impression at all. They started again after dinner, bombarding as hard as they could, and the Duke broke down his private cannon, but that weren't eating so good. The Duke said, "Sam, put down thy musket, and help me lay this gun true." Sam answered, "You'd best ask your favours from them that you give pudding to." The Duke looked at Sam so reproachful. "Don't take it that way," said he. "Well, generals have got to be ruthless. It hurts me more than it does thee." Sam sniffed at these words, kind of sceptic. Then he looked down Then he locked down the Duke's private gun. He said, "We'd best put in 2 charges. We'll never bust bastion with 1. He tipped cannonball out at muzzle. He took out the wadding and all. He filled barrel chock full of powder, then picked up and replaced the ball. He took good aim at the bastion, then said, "Right, oh Duke, let her fly." The cannon knight jumped off her trunnions, and up went the bastion sky high. Oh, the Duke weren't half elated. He danced around trench full of glee, and said, "Sam, for this gallant action, you can hot up your pudding for tea." Sam looked round to pick up his pudding, but it wasn't there, nowhere about. In the place where he thought he had left it, lay the cannonball he'd just tipped out. Sam saw in a flash what had happened. By an unprecedented mishap, the pudding his mother had sent him had just blown the jaws off the mouth. That's why Fusiliers wear to this moment a badge which they think is a grenade. But they're wrong. It's a brass reproduction of the pudding Sam's mother once made.